operate different investments and also look into artificial intelligence. So one of the things I'm really interested in doing is the legislation behind AI and those
Okay.
cybersecurity protocols.
Nice.
And then also philanthropy efforts. So giving back to the community and paying it forward, and also helping people, especially that look like me
Yeah.
and younger students, find their way into technology
Nice.
and obtaining those scholarships and going to school and kind of learning a bit earlier on which area of technology to go into. That there's more areas other than software engineering.
Yep.
There's more different skills that you can have. It doesn't have to be centered around coding, even though that should always be known. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. Is dream life in America or in Nigeria, or what is dream life like?
dream life,
Yeah.
like where I see myself.
Yeah. And like, let's say, you know, husband pick a house and all that jazz, like pick a fence and a house and all that jazz. Where do you see that?
I don't think life should be centered around a man.
Well, not in, no, I'm just talking about in terms of like, where do you see yourself like in your perfect scenario? Because you said you want to get married, you want
My
to be a
perfect
housewife.
scenario, yes, that's a good
Yeah.
question. I see myself in a home,
Okay.
cultivated with family nearby, and a very strong network of friends and family that
Yeah.
I've gathered along my journey.
Yeah.
I do myself see myself with a husband. I don't know about kids at this point in time,
Okay.
but I've never been the type to think that I need to live in a mansion or anything like that to be happy. So
Yeah.
I really just promote financial literacy and just having a stable life, having enough to not struggle or be weary about bills and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of saying about generational wealth. So
Yeah.
I do keep that in mind. But in the first 5 years, I think it would just be stable in my lifestyle.
Okay. Well, I guess long term, is it America? Is that like
I would
your
stay in the US.
really?
I
Okay.
really would.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Nigeria is scaring me right now.
Okay.
No offense.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of being able to walk out the house and not having a soldier nearby have to walk me through the airport and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you have any plans to do any work like in Nigeria or in Africa in general?
Yes, I am doing research on cybersecurity posture in Nigeria. So
Nice.
that's
Nice.
one of the main one of the programs that I'm working with right now. I can't go into detail,
No worries.
but that's one of the projects that we're working on. So
Okay.
that will be with in coordination with Harvard, so their cybersecurity institute.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about that,
Okay.
and I'm hoping to use my learnings in that as I go back for my master's as well.
You're doing big things. That's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing big things. Okay. And then you graduated with like $400,000 worth of student debt, right?
$400,000. I graduated with $0
That's what
in
I'm talking
student
about.
debt.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I've been able to get over $170,000 to support my undergrad journey. And the fun fact about that is I'm really scared of debt.
Yeah.
So I push myself to apply for scholarships each week. So at least 3 to 4 scholarships a week.
Nice.
And my main tidbit about that, and it's one of the most commonly asked questions for me,
Yeah.
is how do I get all these scholarships? Realistically, I make sure I do a lot of research and only apply for scholarships that directly outline my, like me as
Yeah.
a person,
Yeah.
are inclusive to me.
Yeah.
So maybe women in cyber,
Yeah.
or Black women in tech. I don't apply for the general scholarships
Smart.
that all the Asians,
Yeah.
Hispanics are all applying for, because sometimes there's unconscious bias that goes into that application
Yep.
when you outline that your parents are an immigrant, and
Yeah.
that's just what has worked for me.
Yeah. No, it's smart. I mean, limited ratio, smaller ratio. So
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. So, all right. We've probably gotten to the end of it. So you've done a lot. I'll say that for
Yes.
being young, you've done a lot.
Thanks.
You know, you should be proud of yourself. And I think the sky's the limit for you. Just keep, progressing up.
Thank you.
You know, mommy and daddy are proud of you. So,
Yeah.
so hopefully,
Your code switch is phenomenal.
I'm telling you, I'm trying.
Yeah.
So I think my hope and expectations for you. Next 2 to 3 years, you'll come back on the pod,
Okay.
so that you're a senior cybersecurity something
Yes.
somewhere
Let's
that you're
speak
doing
it
big
into
things. That's what I'm
existence.
talking
Thank
about.
you.
So I'm definitely hoping great things for you, and I think you'll do really well. If people wanted to get in touch with you, like either on Instagram or LinkedIn or however they can get in touch with you, what's the best way?
I would definitely say connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm a LinkedIn warrior.
Okay.
I'm scrolling on LinkedIn at 4 a.m. in the morning. If you do reach out, just be sure to say where you found me from. If it was from the podcast, that'd be great to know. And I'm always open to talking to people. A lot of my experience has been through trial and error. So I'm really pushing for others to not make the same mistake or just be better prepared for their own future. So, yeah.
Awesome. And if you do not shout out the podcast and you got her message from it, you're not a real fan. So please shout us out. All right. Well, Rubena, thank you so much for being on the pod. Guys, she's going to also do a whiteboard session, which is going to be a separate episode.
Yay.
So definitely tune in for that. And all of her contact information is also going to be on our social media, various platforms. So YouTube, what do you call it? Instagram, TikTok, and all that other jazz. So you'll find her information there. And if there's anything else that you want to ask, you can hit us up via email at africansintechnology@gmail.com. Again, that's africansintechnology@gmail.com. Hit us up with any questions that you have, and we'll be sure to answer. Again, my name is Sar Levy. Bean, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
This is Africans in Tech, where we're building bridges and shaping futures in tech. All right, fam.